Hi, I'm Miss Whitaker, and I'm going to share some of Miss Whitaker's words of wisdom with you today. We're going to be dividing, finding a quotient. First of all, I'm going to draw my little garage or my house. 6 divided by 3. This is called my dividend. This is called my divisor. And my answer is a quotient. So when I say 6 divided by 3 gives me 2, I have found a quotient. Then I'm going to say 2 times 3 is 6. There's nothing left. I've finished that problem. One of the things that I have taught my kids once we get into the longer division problems, such as 91 divided by 7, is divide, multiply, subtract, compare, bring down, and we start all over. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? So we're going to go through the does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers steps. First of all, I have 9 divided by 7. I don't look at the 91. 9 divided by 7. How many times will 7 go into 9? What times 7 gives me 9 or close to it without going over? I know it's 1. So now I'm going to multiply. 1 times 7 is 7. Now I'm going to subtract. Now I'm going to compare. Is 2 smaller than 7? If it's not, then this number is not big enough, but I'm doing good so far. Now I'm going to bring down. I bring down my next number, and I start all over. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 3 times 7 is 21. None left, nothing left to bring down. My quotient is 13. Okay, let's try another one. 126 divided by 3. Cannot say 1 divided by 3, so I'm going to scoot on over. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now make sure that I put my 4 up above the 2 because I'm using the 1 and the 2. I'm looking at 12. Now I'm going to multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. I subtract. I compare. Is 0 smaller than 3? Yes, it is. I bring down, and I start all over with division. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. I subtract. I have nothing left. Okay. 140 divided by 2. Again, can't say 1 divided by 2, so I'm going to scoot over. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Now I subtract. Is 0 smaller than 2? Yes, it is. Now I bring down. Now I divide. 0 divided by 2. What times 2 gives me 0 or close to it without going over? Well, I know 1's going to be too much, so I have to put a 0. 0 times 2 is 0. And I'm through. One more. Let's try a little bigger number. We're going to use 7,012 divided by 2. 7 divided by 2. What times 2 gives me 7 or close to it without going over? 3. 3 times 2 is 6. I'm going to subtract. Is 1 smaller than 2? Yes. I bring down my next number. 10 divided by 2 is 5. I make sure that the 5 goes over the 0 because that's the last number I brought down. 5 times 2 is 10. I subtract. I have 0. I bring down my 1. 1 divided by 2. What times 2 gives me 1 or close to it without going over? Nothing. So I have to have a 0 there. 1 times 2 is 0. I subtract, I have 1 left, I bring down my 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. I subtract, I have none left. I'm sorry I ran off the board, but it came out perfectly. 3,506 is my quotient, and my wonderful cameraman's trying to help me out. And this is how you divide.